If you could please take your seats, we are about to begin. And before we begin, please take a moment and make sure that your cell phones are turned off. Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. My name is Dr. Elizabeth Peterson. I am the Director of Professional Education for the Department of Occupational Therapy. I'm very happy to welcome you to the pinning ceremony for the class of 2022. Please stand and join me in welcoming the faculty, staff, and graduates of the class of 2022. Please be seated. Welcome again on behalf of the Department of Occupational Therapy. I'm extremely proud of our students that are graduating today, and I can tell you that the MS students have worked up to the last minute. Yesterday, our students just finished their last class, and here we are today at the pinning of the class of 2022. Today's event recognizes the accomplishments of both the MS class of 2022 and the 2022 post-professional occupational therapy doctorate graduates. To begin our celebration, I would like to introduce the head of the Department of Occupational Therapy, Yolanda Suarez-Barczar.
Good afternoon. What a lovely day to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduating class. Dear graduates, 2 years ago, when you started OT school at UIC, we were at the beginning of a global pandemic. Despite the challenges of keeping up with the infectious control protocol, hybrid education, and many Zoom meetings, all of you rose to the moment. You kept your spirits high and taught us that there is no challenge we can overcome with hard work and determination. As we face turmoil in the world and social justice and unrest, you advocated for justice, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and supported one another. We are so proud of you. Thank you for the many lessons learned. This special pinning ceremony to honor you is just the beginning. Continue to pursue great things. As Nelson Mandela once said, there is no passion to be found playing small. in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. The journey ahead is not an easy one, but it will definitely be very fulfilling, one as a health practitioner. We are living times that call for health professionals to embrace harmony, compassion, sensitiveness, and racial and social justice. And we know that you are all well equipped with these values and with commitment to contribute to a better world. We trust that you will use your skills and knowledge as an occupational therapist to become an agent of transformation and inspiration to others. That every challenge you may face becomes an opportunity to grow and learn, just like you did in the last 2 years, times you will never forget, right? Successfully completing a graduate degree requires a community support and the contributions of many individuals. First of all, your classmates who have been with you through this journey. Please give each other a round of applause. I would like to acknowledge our academic faculty and adjunct instructors for their commitment to our students and the profession. We are very proud of our faculty, all of whom are renowned national and international leaders in occupational therapy education, scholarship, and service. Our faculty have worked very hard to provide you with an excellent education and supported you throughout the last 2 years. Round of applause. I would also like to recognize the support of the academic professional staff. Our staff's energy and valuable assistance play a critical role in ensuring that all runs smoothly in the department. Please join me in a round of applause to our staff. Other individuals who were instrumental in your education at UIC included the clinical staff from UI Health, the many fieldwork educators who supervise your fieldwork experiences, and our community partners who provided many real-world learning opportunities. If you are in the audience, please stand so we can recognize you. I must also acknowledge the support of your loved ones, family, and friends. Their unconditional love and support through this journey has made it possible for you to become an occupational therapist. Please stand and give your family and friends a round of applause. This year, the department will go through some faculty transitions. 2 faculty will be retiring, Gail Fisher and Celeste Januszewski. Gail, a clinical professor and associate head for administration, has been a member of the UICOT faculty for 34 years, longer than any other faculty member in the history of the department. Wow. For over 3 decades, she has served the department, college, and university in multiple and extraordinary ways. She filled key administrative roles, including 20 years as associate head, department head for administration, 13 years overseeing the entry-level occupational therapy degree, and 34 years as director of admissions. Thank you, Gail, for your extraordinary service to the department, the college, and the university. Oh. Celeste, a clinical associate professor, has been at UIC for 10 years. Celeste is a behavioral health expert who leads a variety of courses in the MS program. To provide you with just a couple of examples, she has taught development of therapeutic self, a course that is one of the gems of the UIC curriculum, right? I see a lot of, it's not good. She was also instrumental in creating Fieldwork Level 1A, a mental health focused experience for students to develop occupation-focused psychosocial group activities for underserved populations. Celeste has contributed to countless projects ranging from our self-study back in 2014 to being our union representative. She has been exceptionally generous with her time and knowledge. Thank you, Celeste. We have all benefited. Teresa Carroll, a clinical assistant professor, recently relocated to Indiana. Teresa was at UIC for 10 years and contributed her expertise on transitions to adulthood, adolescence, and leadership in several courses across the curriculum. We are all deeply appreciative of Teresa's significant teaching contributions. These three exceptional faculty members will be greatly missed. Teresa is not here with us, but please everyone stand and give another round of applause to Celeste and Gail, and please come to the office. Finally, after 15 years as department head, I am stepping down and returning to the faculty to dedicate more time to my scholarship. I would like to express my gratitude to all staff, faculty, and students for their unwavering support over the years. I was fortunate to have had the opportunity to work with such a talented group of people. It has been an amazing journey. Thank you. Graduates, thank you. Thank you. To close, graduates, whether you decide to go into clinical practice, pursue leadership opportunities, or continue into the occupational therapy doctorate or PhD program, I wish you well. I know that you will be successful. Please come back, visit, and become an active alumna. We look forward to seeing you often. I would like to leave you with a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. On behalf of the Occupational Therapy faculty and staff, congratulations, class of 2022. I would like to ask Liz to come back to the podium.
Mine's just staying put for a moment, Yolanda. We have for you also.
Oh.
I'm Mary Berta. I'm one of the staff here in the Department of Occupational Therapy. And Yolanda, on behalf of the OT faculty and staff, Kathy and I are pleased to recognize our department head, Yolanda Suarez Balcazar, as she steps down as department head after 16 years of dedicated service. Yolanda will be returning to the she's not leaving. Yolanda will be returning to the faculty to continue her wonderful research and also to mentoring students and teaching. She has guided us through many, many changes, probably more than we can remember, and has been a steadfast supporter and champion for our department, our faculty, for the staff, and for all of our students.
In our 79 years as an occupational therapy program, our department has only had 5 department heads. Each has made a long-lasting contribution to our department, and Yolanda is, of course, no exception. She has led the department with compassion, with a collaborative approach. She has strived for social justice and equality, and has supported her students, faculty, and staff so that we're all able to reach our full potential. Yolanda, thank you for all you've done and for your dedication and all that you've done for the OT department. And of course, we look forward to your continued contributions in the department.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Yolanda, Mary, and Kathy. Each year, we have the honor of presenting several awards to students and faculty to recognize special achievements. However, first, it is important to mention that the achievements of our graduates individually and as a group are quite impressive. Some have already contributed to the science and mission of the department and the university as student workers, teaching assistants, or research assistants. Several graduates presented at state and national occupational therapy conferences. Several hold leadership positions in organizations within and outside the university. This group was committed to participating in departmental events, such as our January 2021 Scholarship of Practice Day, where they presented their posters from OT 510 and shared evidence-based insights about important topics ranging from evidence supporting canine-assisted therapy after stroke to effectiveness of mobile apps for people with mental health challenges. Our Scholarship of Practice Day visitors were wowed by your work at that particular event. Together, our graduating students have helped to create a very tightly knit community in our department. You have also helped to increase the visibility of occupational therapy, both within the college and within the university. 17 members of this class were fellows of the Health and Diversity Academy. Those students spent 45 hours as a volunteer with a community agency working with underserved populations. Due to the pandemic restrictions, they had to deliver most of their group activities and classes on Zoom, but they stuck with it, and the participants needed those activities more than ever before. Students in the class of 2022 took elective courses. They participated in other learning events that they initiated. All are on a path of becoming lifelong learners and leaders. Last week, I asked the faculty to send me some of their thoughts about this outstanding group of students. Every faculty member commented on how extraordinarily supportive this group of students are of each other. And the support really comes in many different forms. During class, if one student answered a question or made a comment during discussions, the rest of the class would cheer them on and encourage them for their contributions.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. The chat feature on Zoom was used extensively. Whenever a student offered a comment or an opinion, they would be rewarded with what? A woot woot. Yeah. Applause signs, woot woots, all kinds of positive reinforcement. The students were so actively supportive of each other on chat and in person that the energy level stayed high and the atmosphere was contagiously positive. The chat feature was used for even more than positive reinforcement. The students shared stories and insights. They asked questions. They answered questions. Students and faculty heard a lot about pets, new hairstyles, weekend events, and even changes in the weather. Ashley had to pause one online class session on the day of the first snow because the students were so excited and needed to go look out the window. So these students were pros at hybrid online learning. And it's important for the graduates to know how grateful the faculty are for your flexibility and your patience as we experimented with new technology and online learning platforms. Your encouragement of us was extremely motivating, and when you filled the chat with thank yous to your instructors and the guest instructors at the end of each session, it really meant a lot. This group of students are so well prepared after prepping with asynchronous videos that it really has made teaching more fun. The faculty commented on the fact that these students were able to dive deeper into applying what they have learned more than ever before. This class is described as creative, inquisitive, and as one faculty member said, just really fun, a highly motivated and positive class. It has been such a pleasure to teach you all, and you have inspired our department members. You've made our department an engaging community. We're really going to miss you. And you should all feel very proud of what you've accomplished individually and as a class. So would the graduates please stand so that we can give you another round of applause for all your hard work? And at this time, I would like to invite Piper Hansen to the stage to present our first awards.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. So on behalf of the UIC Fieldwork team, I have the pleasure of announcing the recipients of 2 awards that are named in the honor of our department founder, Beatrice D. Wade. But before these awards are announced, I'd like to acknowledge the fieldwork accomplishments of the entire class. So the necessity to apply the many things that you learn in OT school, from models and theories and documentation to anatomy and physiology, assessments and intervention planning, from clinical practice on fieldwork is one of the most challenging parts of OT education. So I just want to say congratulations to all of you for all of your hard work, your perseverance, and your success during fieldwork. The first Fieldwork Award is the Beatrice D. Wade Award for Clinical Excellence. So students are nominated for this award by their fieldwork educators for excellent performance during fieldwork. This award was established in 1983 at the department's 40th anniversary, and it also does include a monetary award. So this year, 9 students were nominated. So as I call your name, if you could just please stand so that we could recognize you for your nomination. So Hannah Versalati. Mary Beth Moyer. Rondo Hara. Aaliyah Parker. Caroline Pack. Samantha Stevens. Ashley Strand. Kelly Giuliano. And last but not least, Ali Romano. Thank you. Congratulations to all of you. So this year's award for clinical excellence is going to 2 students. So the first student is Hannah Versalati. If you could please come up. so we can give you your award. As she's making her way to the stage, Hannah was nominated by both of her fieldwork educators, Steph Olfig from Easter Seals of Joliet and Arcieli Ortiz at Edward Hospital. So I'm just going to read a little bit about what her fieldwork educator said. So Steph stated that you exceeded the typical expectations at the site for an OT fieldwork student from the very beginning. And Arceli shared that Hannah was very well prepared to begin her fieldwork. Both fieldwork educators shared that it was clear that Hannah came prepared with an organizational system and was committed to using both evidence-based and client-centered practice to support each individual on her caseloads. So they said Hannah was always motivated and put in outside time to come up with new and creative ideas for both testing and treatment. A couple of ways that she demonstrated this was through an in-service and the creation of resource guides on the M-Fun, which is a new assessment for everybody at the clinical site. So Hannah took the lead in educating all of the clinicians there. And the compilation of excellent information regarding possible discharge destinations for patients at Edward Hospital. So congratulations, Hannah. All right, so the second recipient of the Award for Clinical Excellence is Aaliyah Parker. You could also come up. So as you make your way to the stage, Aaliyah was also nominated by both of her fieldwork educators this year. Yeah. So Aaliyah was nominated by Susan from the Special Education District of Lake County and Alejandra right here at UI Health. So Susan wrote that Aaliyah began with a strong knowledge of occupational therapy practices within the school setting, as well as strong clinical reasoning skills. And Alejandra shared that she always received feedback that staff and clients loved working with Aaliyah. It was also shared that a strength was Aaliyah's ability to make positive, healthy connections with staff, students, and clients at both sites. She fostered strong therapeutic relationships and received everyone with a smile while providing meaningful interventions in both individual and group sessions. She created meaningful lesson plans and provided long-lasting projects that will be continued for use in the future. So one example that Susan shared was that she made shoes out of cardboard material for students so they could practice mastering shoe tying. And she also created a zones of regulation Jenga game for students too. So congratulations. All right, so now for our final Fieldwork Award. The Beatrice D. Wade Award for Clinical Education is given to outstanding fieldwork educators who have supervised our students on their fieldwork sites. So they're nominated by the graduating OT students. This year we had 7 fieldwork educators that were nominated. So I just want to acknowledge them now. So the first is Jennifer Stanger from UI Health Hospital. Kara Fenton, also from UI Health Hospital. Stephanie Alfig from Easter Seals Joliet. Margie Hajic from Hand Health Resources. Katie Lawrence from Timber Ridge Pediatric Therapy. Sean Clancy from the University of Chicago Medical Center. And Samantha Duff from Chicago Occupational Therapy. Again, we had 2 winners for this Clinical Educator Award that were not able to be with us today, but I just want to share a little bit about these 2 fieldwork educators, Jennifer Stanger, and Steph Alfig. So Jen was nominated by Patty. So Patty shared that Jen is simply a lovely human being, which I totally endorse, and she truly deserves the Beatrice Wade Award. So Patty wrote that she would complete a whole nother 12-week fieldwork experience if Jen was her clinical educator in a heartbeat. So congratulations to you, Jen. Yeah. Last but not least, our last winner for the Fieldwork Awards today is Steph Alfig. And Steph was nominated by Hannah. And Hannah said that Steph is an extremely passionate, enthusiastic, kind, and dedicated fieldwork educator. She demonstrated excellent professionalism and communication both during, before, and after the fieldwork placement. So congratulations to Jen and Steph. And I will turn things back over to Liz.
Thank you so much, Piper. I now have the privilege of presenting the 10-year Teaching Service Award. This year, our recipient is Nancy Richmond. I would like to invite Nancy to come up to the stage. Nancy has been a guest speaker in OT 524 for more than 20 years. She shares her insights about policy and payment changes affecting our profession, inspires the students with her stories of occupational therapists fighting for payment policies and practices that will allow people who need occupational therapy to get it. Nancy, your commitment to excellence and dedication warrants our highest praise, and it is our pleasure to present you with this 10-year teaching award. Thank you so much. And at this time, I would like to invite Gail Fisher onto the stage.
Go Gail! You're putting pressure on me now. Hi, everybody. We're glad you're here. I do have another set of student awards. These are our last student awards, I think. So I'm the chair of our academic standing committee, have been for a while, so I'm really pleased to present 2 awards today. One is the Achievement Award, and these are awards that the faculty nominate students for, and then we vote. And so the Achievement Award is recognizing a student who has excelled in academic achievement, leadership, and or service. And so we had 2 students nominated for this award. I'm going to tell you a little bit about both of them and then call the winner up. So Joy Wharton was nominated. She was nominated for her exemplary service to the Roybal Research Study, where she was a research assistant, and it focuses on an occupation-focused intervention for chronic disease management among older adults. So Joy demonstrated great commitment and service with recruiting participants to the study, personally visiting clinics, and signing people up to participate, something that no other team member had been able to match. So that is quite an accomplishment. And then Britt Hedelstad was nominated as well. And Britt was nominated for her academic achievement, outstanding contributions to research and scholarship, and volunteer service. She was also a research assistant on Renee Taylor's COVID outreach grant. And according to Renee, she arrived in the lab at the crack of dawn nearly every day during the pandemic, taking a gentle yet confident leadership role on the team. In addition to that, she was a volunteer tutor at one of our community sites, the Michael Barlow Center, providing tutoring after a long day of classes in the first spring semester. And so the faculty are pleased to present the Achievement Award to Britt Hedelstad. Okay, and then the next award is called the Emerging Leader Award. So this one recognizes a student who's shown dedication and commitment through volunteer service and leadership roles, presentations at local, state, national, or international conferences, or taken the initiative to establish a program, organization, or event. Someone who's really stepped up. So Rolando Hara was nominated. I don't think any of the students or faculty are surprised about that. So he was nominated for his exemplary volunteer service and leadership in the classroom and the community. So during his very first semester, he signed up to be a fellow of our Health and Diversity Academy, and he committed to volunteering with not one, no, 2 organizations, the first student to do it in the 15 years we've had this program. He chose to work with St. Leonard's Ministry, one of our partners, where Britt was too, which assists formerly incarcerated adults to transition back to community living and a job through a high school certification program. So he and his classmate were teachers of a communications class, which we've never had such a strong team do that before. In addition, he's been volunteering with Chicago Street Medicine, where he used his background as an EMT to provide critical care and work with a team of other health profession students to address the needs of people who are experiencing unsheltered homelessness, living on the streets of Chicago. And he took a leadership role in organizing that group and the student efforts, and he presented a poster at an international conference. And so that brings me to Vanessa. So you all know Vanessa. So Vanessa was nominated for her exemplary leadership and outstanding service to another UIC OT community partner and the OT profession. So Vanessa was an outstanding volunteer at Gigi's Playhouse, which is one of our key community partners serving individuals with Down syndrome and their families. And she stood out as a leader. She helped to organize the 9 students that participated, recruited additional students, and she presented on our partnership at our college's alumni celebration. She also participated in the LEND program with Ashley Stoffel and completed a leadership project with the Community of Practice, sharing resources with over 200 members on diversity, equity, and inclusion. So the Emerging Leader Award is presented to Vanessa. As you can imagine, it was really tough to vote for these 2 awards. So now I want to introduce Yolanda again. Yolanda is going to present an achievement award for our post-professional occupational therapy doctorate student.
Thank you. Hello again. I would like to present our post-professional occupational therapy doctorate achievement award. Before we do this, I would also like to recognize the many accomplishments and honors of our post-professional OTD students. Many of them participated in publications, presentations, received scholarships and fellowships. Congratulations to all. The recipient of the award is Jared Wolski. Unfortunately, Jared couldn't be here with us today. He made major contributions to the MS program through his teaching practica in OT 500 and OT 522, where he created case materials, lecture videos, and engaging class activities. And I see a lot of the students there. He was the second author of a published scoping review on habits, which will be presented at the World Federation of Occupational Therapy International Congress in August. Jared played a major role in the next edition of the Model of Human Occupation text as one of the lead authors in 3 chapters and co-author in many other chapters. He provided new examples and case studies and demonstrating the value of the model in today's practice environment. Jared's substantial achievements demonstrate his potential as a future faculty member and leader. Congratulations to Jared. I would now like to introduce Alejandro Carrillo and Kelly Giuliano, who will present the Excalibur Teaching Award.
So the Excalibur Award recognizes College of Applied Health Science faculty who have inspired our graduating class of students within the classroom. So I think to pay homage to the recipient of this award on typical OT 511 and OT 523 fashion, I think it's only fitting that we start off with a poll everywhere. So that means we all got to pull out our laptops and Bronte's got to put the link in the chat. But in all seriousness, I do want to do some form of poll. And I'm just going to ask the graduating class of 2022 to please raise your hands. So our first question is, raise your hand if the faculty lead for OT 511 and OT 523 made you feel welcome and validated all throughout our curriculum. All right, our second question is, raise your hand if this faculty member deepened your appreciation for what occupational therapy is and what occupation-based care is. Our last and final question. Please raise your hand if this faculty member prepared you with the clinical reasoning skills and the general OT skills to interact with and collaborate with a patient such as Marjorie, like from our Synthesis 3 class. And Marjorie is AKA Ramona from the Moho videos, but she's also known as Celeste.
So after completing an in-depth analysis of this poll, we've concluded that this faculty member not only supported our growth as a student, but was attentive to our individual needs and interests. She was always prepared to do what she could to help us foster those interests. 83% of our class indicated that they wanted to work in pediatrics during the start of our program. This pediatric-based faculty member always gave 100% of her time and effort to shape our class into exceptional generalist occupational therapists. She was always available after class to answer questions and challenge us to think outside of the box when it came to promoting equitable and occupation-based interventions. Our entire teaching team has done a tremendous job shaping our future and our professional development. However, this professor in particular has made an everlasting impact on the graduating class of 2022. It is without further ado that on behalf of the graduating class of 2022, we present the Excalibur Award to Dr. Ashley Stoffel. Dr. Stoffel is with us via live stream, and she'll be accepting her award at a later date.
Thank you so much, Alex and Kelly. Beautifully done. So each year, the department invites a person who's special to the class to present the keynote address. This person is decided by the students. It is my pleasure to introduce our 2022 keynote speaker, Kevin Fritz. Kevin has graciously provided a pre-recorded video presentation and is joining us today via live stream. Kevin is a 2010 graduate of the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and a 2013 graduate of Washington University School of Law. In college, Kevin served as the chair of the Illinois Student Senate, as director of the Illinois Union Board, and as president of several registered student organizations. In law school, Kevin was the primary editor of the Washington University Journal of Public Policy. He served on the Washington University Public Service Advisory Board, and he sat on the Washington University Law Moot Court Competition Election Commission. Over the course of his educational career, Kevin worked for then-President Obama on Capitol Hill. He served in the office of the Commissioner of High Feldblum at the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission in Washington, D.C., and he was a personal assistant to the Vice President of Operations at the Magnet Carl Foundation Trauma Hospital in rural Illinois. Inspired by the possibility to diffuse employment disputes and promote opportunities for all, after law school, Kevin worked as an employment defense litigator for the prestigious law firm of Seaforth Shaw here in Chicago. For the next 10 years, Kevin defended Fortune 50 companies against lawsuits and employee disputes, and he partnered with clients to promote equitable and accessible workplaces for all people. Earlier this year, Kevin retired from his litigation practice. Today, he is the employment counsel at Gusto, a cloud-based payroll, benefits, and human resource management software company for more than 200,000 businesses nationwide. Kevin's accomplishments are amplified by the fact that he has use of only one finger. Kevin was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy as a child, and he has used a power wheelchair all of his life. He describes himself as leading an incredibly rich life, orchestrating every aspect of his independence. He attributes his tenacity, bravery, and strong client-driven relationships with healthcare providers through the years. Kevin has received many accolades over the course of his career, including the title of super lawyer, a title bestowed by Thomson Reuters to the top 2.5% of lawyers in their chosen field of specialty. That said, there's one award for which Kevin is particularly proud, being named the 2018 recipient of the Harold Sharper Achievement and Humanitarian Award from the College of Applied Health Sciences at the University of Illinois. Established in 1950 as a tribute to the first person with paraplegia to attend the University of Illinois, the Harold Sharper Award recognizes alumni who have attained outstanding success and national distinction in their chosen businesses, professions, or life's work. Doctors told Kevin's parents that he would not live past the age of 2. Next week, Kevin turns 34. Please join me in welcoming the class of 2022's keynote speaker, Kevin Fritz.
Thank you, Dr. Peterson. It is my honor to deliver the keynote address for the University of Illinois Chicago Occupational Therapy class of 2022. I'd like to welcome students, families, faculty, and distinguished guests joining us here today, near and far. Graduates, take a moment, look around you. Take it all in. You made it. After years and years and years of schooling, you've earned this advanced degree. What a remarkable accomplishment. The last few years have been filled with challenges and uncertainty, but have also been filled with laughs and fond memories. The class of 2022 has been resilient during an incredibly difficult time in our society. You worked hard and you deserve this moment. Congratulations. Today is about celebration, but it is also about reflection and planning. Think about what you have already accomplished and what you are about to endeavor. I would like to share with you a few tidbits about my experience as a person with a disability. As you move forward from this ceremony to the next chapter of your occupational therapy journey. And while every person you meet will have a different philosophy and need something different from you, I hope I can spark something within you to push for change and increase advocacy for people like me. I attribute a lot of my success to the rise of technology. It is a great tool, and I encourage you all to use it. When we think about technology, social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok often take center stage. While social media is a nice tool, the rise of technology means something different to me. The last few decades of rapid technological expansion created a whole new industry for assistive technology devices. Some tech is good, and some is bad. For me, utilizing technology made all the difference. In college, I remember using simple things like remotes to turn on lights and speaker systems. As hardware and software got smarter, so too did my applications. A few years ago, I purchased what was once an incredibly expensive and lucrative device, a 3D printer. Today, for less than $300, anyone can own a machine that literally prints tools for independence. In fact, I use 3D printing to create parts on my wheelchair, positioning devices, and more. I also use virtual assistants like Alexa and Google Home to conduct a symphony of automation for my daily life. From waking up throughout the day and going to bed, technology and assistive devices are there for me and have been a pillar for my independence. As you reflect and plan for your future, I urge you to use assistive technology to change lives as it has changed mine. As occupational therapists, you are the experts in the room. You understand the clinical tools, the anatomy, and the theory behind everything you do. This is certainly an asset, and your work is so incredibly important. A second point I want to propose to you today is to remember this sentiment. Listen to your client. Never let their voice be drowned out by yours or anyone else's. Your client is keenly aware of how their disability impacts their life. They will know what hurts, what doesn't, what works well, and what fails. They may have trouble communicating it at times, but the body is incredibly receptive and astute to adapting to change and trauma. I shouldn't even be alive right now, and yet here I am speaking to you. From an early age, I listened to my body, and I adapted to the world around me. I took advice and input from others, including occupational therapists. But those professionals stood aside when I had to make the decision. For it is I alone who must live with that decision, day in and day out. Remember, class of 2022, you are observing your client's condition for only a moment in time. They are more than their injury or disability. They are a parent, a child, a lover, a friend, an employee, a boss. They are human, and they are the expert in how they feel. Empower your client to maintain their autonomy above all else. This will strengthen relationships with your clients. As Patch Adams said, you treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you win, no matter what the outcome. My third point for you today: be a voice for change. If you find your clients don't have the same opportunities as others, call attention to it. You can be leaders, the movers and shakers of occupational therapy. Offer yourself as a resource to local political leaders to advise on the building of accessible, inclusive spaces, buildings, community centers, and parks. The manner in which you serve your clients and community will inform the future of occupational therapy. Use your career to advocate for people like me. Today you turn the page from being students to alumni. You have all the tools needed to go forth and change the world one day at a time. How will you answer the call? The next phase of your life journey has arrived. Continue implementing the strategies you learned throughout your coursework. I urge you to keep up the momentum and hold steadfast with the same determination and dedication. Occupational therapy is an elite and collaborative profession, and it's your duty to continue upholding this standard. You are leaders in the field, and it's your responsibility to face the unknown head on as you become witnesses to the beautiful, stressful, and scary parts of the human condition. The world is ready for you. The door is open. Now it's time to go through. Graduates, take a moment. Look around you. Take it all in. You made it. Congratulations, class of 2022. I wish you a lifetime of success and happiness. Thank you. For only a moment in time. They are more than their injury or disability. They are a parent, a child, a lover, a friend, an employee, a boss. They are human, and they are the expert in how they feel. Empower your client to maintain their autonomy above all else. This will strengthen relationships with your clients. As Patch Adams said, you treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you win, no matter what the outcome. My third point for you today: be a voice for change. immersive spaces, buildings, community centers, and parks. The manner in which you serve your clients and community will inform the future of occupational therapy. Use your career to advocate for people like me. Today you turn the page from being students to alumni. You have all the tools needed to go forth and change the world, one day at a time. How will you answer the call? The next phase of your life journey has arrived. Continue implementing the strategies you learned throughout your coursework. I urge you to keep up the momentum and hold steadfast with the same determination and dedication. Occupational therapy is an elite and collaborative profession, and it's your duty to continue upholding this standard. You are leaders in the field, and it's your responsibility to face the unknown head on as you become witnesses to the beautiful, stressful, and scary parts of the human condition. The world is ready for you. The door is open. Now it's time to go through. Graduates, take a moment. Look around you. Take it all in. You made it. Congratulations, class of 2022. I wish you a lifetime of success and happiness. Thank you.
Well, we could not have asked for a more inspiring keynote. In recognition of his important contribution to our ceremony today, we will be presenting this memento to Kevin. Kevin, thank you very much. And he's joining us live stream. And at this time, I'm pleased to introduce Rolando Jara and Hannah Versalati, who have been selected by their classmates to present the student response on behalf of the class of 2022.
Whew. All right. Heart's racing. All right. All right, well, in true Rolando fashion, I would like to start by saying how amazing you all are. Thank you to a classmate for reminding me to say that. And like I said before our first exam, you're all powerful beyond measure. And look at us, right? Look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. But we did it. Hashtag success. With all jokes aside, my colleague Hannah and I are honored to be up here reflecting on our time here at UIC. As we reminisce on the past 2 years, it behooves us to take consideration all the events that took place. From the roller coaster of emotions due to the pandemic to the racial injustices we saw and sadly continue to see throughout the country, and our current battle for human rights as a class, and I would even reason as a family, we got through it. Not only did we get through it, but our resilient nature and ambitious tendencies allowed us to thrive as students, and this will nourish our careers as future practitioners. Now, before we go down memory lane, I would like to start by giving thanks to 3 people, of many, who made our time here at UIC memorable. Gail, I know many of us would like to say the same. If not for you and those late night emails of encouragement, even before starting the program, we would not be where we are. Celeste, aka Ramona, we cannot thank you enough for the compassion and loving professor who was there for us to offer a shoulder to cry on or just space to vent. Yolanda, thank you for all the work you have done in ensuring diversity, compassion in the field of occupational therapy. The 3 of you paved the way for 46 amazing healthcare providers. And Gail, like I told you on the first day of school, I hope I don't let you down. Now, class of 2022, let's go down memory lane. If every single one of our professors pulled the transcripts of our Zoom chat, Liz, to remind you, it'd be filled with yeses. And yeah, you got it. And various other forms of support, compassion, and love. But as we proved on the first day we had an in-person lecture, our love and support goes far beyond our virtual endeavors. As we transition from viewing the world through the lens of occupational therapists to registered occupational therapist practitioners, just kidding, Gail, I'm not sure if you remember, but I'm just kidding. Let me remind you that it was us as a team that beat Rush at kickball for the very first time in history, and that each and every one of you have 46 other siblings that will support and be by your side whenever you need a shoulder to cry on, a panic attack to get through, or just jam out to those sweet jam sessions Celeste will put on before class.
It's a tough act to follow. Clearly, we've all had a fun and enriching experience together during our time at UIC. Despite completing the majority of our courses virtually, we managed to create a fun, collaborative, and kind cohort that supported one another during the highs and lows of graduate school. We were always ready to send positive messages in the chat when someone had a good point in class, or send Zoom links in our WhatsApp when we were all headed to a scholarship of practice lecture. We created a culture of encouragement and support that enabled us to make it through a challenging occupational therapy program. Of course, we learned all the hard skills that come with being an occupational therapist. Things like completing manual muscle testing, teaching adaptive techniques for ADL performance, assessing home safety, and creating sensory-friendly interventions. However, when we asked you all to describe one thing that you'd like to take away from your time at UIC, nearly everyone mentioned soft skills that promote our ability to relate to clients in respectful, empowering, and appreciative ways. Some common responses were client-centeredness, advocacy, Jedi and cultural humility, and the holistic nature of our profession. To no one's surprise, we were also heavily influenced by the model of human occupation and intentional relationship model.
Go Moho.
Frameworks that help us always keep the client at the center of our treatment. This is one amazing group of occupational therapists. We are armed with and ready to use all of the skills needed to go out and provide compassionate, individualized, and effective care to our patients. I am so excited to see what is in store for all of us as we enter this profession. As we all prepare to embark on this next stage in our lives, I'd like to share one of my favorite quotes from Mother Teresa with you all. She said, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love." While I believe that each and every one of us has the capacity to go on and enact large-scale changes in our profession and in the world, I hope that we will not discount the small changes we can make through interactions with our patients and their families. Seeing the smile on someone's face when they master the ability to tie their shoes, regain the ability to put in their own earrings, or finally eat in a chair after a week of doing so in bed is amazing. As we support our clients' occupational engagement with client-centered, empathetic, and diversity-affirming care, let us remember that these small actions are incredibly meaningful. Congratulations, class of 2022, we made it.
Thank you so much, Rolando and Hannah. We give them another hand. Woo! This pinning may win the award for the most clapping, but it's apropos. It's okay. Our pinning ceremony is an opportunity for our graduates to celebrate their accomplishments and look to the future. Over the past 2 weeks in Synthesis 3, we've talked a lot about the importance of speaking up as an occupational therapist, to articulate and celebrate the distinct value that occupational therapists bring to patient care, to fight for legislation and funding for community-based supports that will support our clients' efforts to live safely and independently in their homes, to make sure that all people that we serve have equal access to information and high-quality health care. Based on the excellent work, the insightful conversations that I've witnessed over the past 2 weeks, and knowing the quality of the work that's been produced by our post-professional OTD graduates, I have no doubt that each of our graduates will make each day more joyful and full of promise for their clients and coworkers that are lucky enough to work with them. In your honor, graduates, Kara Kesselring will now play Lovely Day by Bill Withers.
Join in if you feel the spirit move you. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts your eyes, something with that morning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and you know it's gonna be a lovely, lovely day, lovely day, yeah, lovely day, 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 lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and you know it's gonna be a lovely, lovely day, 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 a lovely, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
Thank you, Kara. As we transition to the main event of the day, let me tell you a little bit about our pinning ceremony. The UIC Department of Occupational Therapy was created in 1943 with the first department head, Beatrice Wade, who began the proud tradition of a pinning ceremony. Pinning ceremonies celebrate a transition, that of student to professional. Students receiving their pins today have completed their master's degree and are preparing for the final steps of entry into the profession of occupational therapy. The term profession has special significance. It's different from having a job or even having a career. Members of professions share several key responsibilities. Among others, these responsibilities include developing and evaluating their own science or body of knowledge, policing their own practice and that of their peers to assure that the conduct of members of the profession meets the highest ethical standards. Meeting the expectations of a profession requires thoughtfulness, commitment, and hard work. As I look at the class of 2022, I know that you were all well prepared, very skilled, and highly committed. Today, we welcome you as colleagues to our profession. In a moment, we will begin the presentation of the pins to our graduating MS students. Students will be called on stage in alphabetical order, and your pens will be presented by our department head, Yolanda Suarez-Balcazar. If you would like to take pictures, please feel free to approach the stage to do so. Our first graduate is Brittany Alderando. Janine Ampudia. Sarah Anderson. Tara Brown. Patrizia Budzik. Alejandro Carrero. Abigail Koskri. Emma Dumontier. Shania Enriquez. Iselise Rose Fernandez. Kelly Ann Giuliano. Wendy Goes. Hafsa Habib. Britt Huddlestad. Lizzie Jang. Rolando Jara. Trisha Larson. Samantha Martins. Francis Maya. Monica Mazurik. Mary Beth Moyer. Caroline Pack. Aaliyah Parker. Taylor Parks. Aisha Patel. Vanessa Peixoto Honorado. Norma Ramirez. Alyssa Romano. Irina Sedova. Leslie Charisma Sehigan. Samantha Stevens. Ashley Strand. Julie Sue. Micaiah Thurman. Daniela Uikimpong. Holly Wyoming Velasquez. Hannah Versalati. Nakaira Wash. Joy Wharton. Carly Weisel. Bronte Wright. And April Young. And I would like to recognize 4 graduates who were not able to make it to the ceremony today: Miranda Baker, Natalie Koyeva, Bridget Tyndall, and Jill Varee. We congratulate you all.
Congratulations, class of 2022. Congratulations. I am excited to present the graduates of our post-professional occupational therapy doctoral program. These are students that have completed doctoral work in advanced areas of OT practice, education, and scholarship. I am incredibly proud of our post-professional OTD graduates. They have been resilient in coping with unforeseen circumstances, have supported each other throughout the process, and have created and defended excellent projects that exemplify our UIC community engaged scholarship of practice. We're excited to follow their contributions to the field and profession as they take on leadership roles. It is my pleasure to present the 2020 graduates of UIC Post-Professional Occupational Therapy Doctoral Program. Uy Ito, Antonio Mercado, Michelle Moy, Juliana Peraza Cabrera, Asha Rao, Artemi Sepandonakis, Jared Wolski. Congratulations on a job well done. And another round of congratulations to all our graduates. I would like now to introduce Nakira Wash, who would lead the students in reciting the Occupational Therapy Creed. Graduates, please rise and recite the creed with Nakira.
Respectfully and enthusiastically, do hereby my wholehearted service to care for those entrusted to me. I assure competence in my work and will strive for greater knowledge, skill, and understanding in the discharge of my duties in whatever role I embrace: practitioner, educator, researcher, or manager. I solemnly declare that I will hold and keep sacred whatever I may learn of the lives those that I enter. In embracing the responsibilities and challenges of working with persons of diverse backgrounds, I will uphold a person's right to self-determination and will always endeavor to provide quality care. I pledge from this day forth to forever serve ethically and compassionately, and I hope for patience, gentleness, and understanding in all therapeutic partnerships.
Thank you, Nakira. You may be seated. Our ceremony will conclude in just a moment, and the department would like to invite you to join us for a reception in the hallway just outside this room. A final thank you to all of you for supporting the class of 2022. And Maria, we hope you had a wonderful birthday yesterday. Your pinning planning was very evident in today's ceremony. Thank you, Maria. And a very special thank you to Kara Kesselring for providing such lovely music today. If everybody would please remain seated while our graduates and then our faculty exit the hall. Thank you.